You can push it. Just, okay. Okay. Here's my next-gen internship with Julie Kuhlman Photography. What we do at Julie Kuhlman Photography? Well, we take pictures. Although we have our off days, for the most part we have pictures 7 days a week. We do all different types of photography, including newborn sessions, weddings, families, seniors pictures, and much more. Here's a quick little ad with Julie's information in case anyone's looking for a photographer. And in case you're wondering where that picture is from, it's right on the next slide. This was from an engagement session that we did, and I just couldn't help myself from that swing. As you can tell, we emphasize work hard, play hard method at Julie Kuhlman Photography. Here's some examples of the work we did this summer. This was the first session that I went with Julie to, and right away I knew this summer was going to be a fun one. This was the next session that I helped with. I got more comfortable taking some of the pictures instead of awkwardly standing off to the side. Also, this little man was just the cutest. Oh yeah, I know these guys. These are some of my twin buddies from Smith Center and their charismatic mama. Trust me, she's loud enough without the megaphone. My first professional headshot session of the summer. I learned a lot about how the light should look in the eyes of the subject and how to position and pose them. Another family session. At this point in the summer, I'm comfortable shooting most of the pictures and just really having fun. A newborn session. These are my favorite sessions to do just because who doesn't love a baby? Baby safety is very important to us at Julie Kuhlman Photography. The baby is always handled very carefully and is never left unattended. We go through a baby safety training class to ensure the child's safety. 2-year-old Boston was a tough cookie to crack into smiling, but when in doubt, get out the balloons and bubbles. Senior session. Fun fact, I got a flat tire from this location, but it was more than worth it because these turned out so great. A wedding. This wasn't the first wedding of the summer, but it was my favorite just because of those sunset pictures. We would be here for way too long if I showed all the sessions we did this summer, but these were just some of my favorites from my internship with Julie. Enough about work. Here's a little bit about what I actually learned. I learned so much this summer, so here's a brief summary. I learned how the business runs, from the financials to the bills to even just cleaning up the studio. Every little thing matters when you're running a business. Believe it or not, the actual act of taking the pictures only consumes about 15% of our time. The rest is spent behind the scenes. Communication is key. Messaging clients back or speaking with them on the phone without being confusing is way harder than it sounds. You must be very clear with what you say and really know what you're talking about. All about the software use in photography. From the editing software like Photoshop and Premiere Pro to the color correction software to the digital file delivery software, there is always so much to learn. And I found this part of the internship the most fun. Glad I had a pro like Julie to teach me because I know I couldn't be self-taught. And as it says on the slide, this is a good head start for me as I head to college in the fall. There is so much more to photography than just clicking a shutter. You have to light things in very specific ways to get the look that you desire. I learned how to use on-camera and off-camera flashes, gelled lights, and how to use all of these in the way to create a clean and desirable picture. The Canon camera. This was without a doubt the most frustrating part of the job. Those cameras are super confusing. Again, I'm glad I had a pro to teach me about it. The kid part. As we take so many pictures of kids, you have to know how to make that stubborn kid crack and smile. Basically, you just act like an idiot until they finally crack. What I took from Leadership Day. During Leadership Day, I learned much more about the inside functionings of rural communities than I had previously known. It's just like a big chain, and the members of the community are the links creating a strong chain that can take on anything. I also better understood the importance of keeping youth involved in the community. Here's something else I just wanted to touch on. I found it very interesting when I found that most photographers in big cities specialize in a certain type of photography, such as only doing schools or weddings or seniors or babies. But when you're in a small town photographer such as Julie, you must know how to do everything to keep the business busy year-round. This one's tough. What did I even like about my internship? The question should be, what didn't I like? I always say that half the battle with having a job is liking the people you worked with, and I absolutely loved working with Julie. She's always full of positive energy and is in a great mood all of the time. Yes, I love the actual act of shooting the photos, but particularly enjoy the computer work. I think this is what makes me and Julie such a good team because she prefers the former rather than the latter. Thank you, Nex-Gen, for providing me with the opportunity to have this internship.